Hi, my name is Aurelia Winn. I am the CEO at Winn Publications LLC. This is our current authors training. You received a copy of this via email, and I'm just going to go through the PDF with you page by page. You are welcomed and highly encouraged to print out the packet. I get that it's a lot of pages, and so that's why this video was created. Okay, so chances are if we are working together, you have received an offer, a contract has been sent and is being signed. And then this is just our production process. A lot of times we are able to work directly with the editor who you have hired, and they can just send us your work for it to be proofread. From there, we'll lay out and design your pages with what you have given us. And then we will publish it and then distribute it. And then we will help you with your marketing and public relations. And depending on our contract, we will maintain our accounts. And we'll do that for as long as we both would like to. Okay, so in these different modules, I'm going to go over different things. So the first one is, let me tell you all about us and what our best practices are. We have goals, and our goals were made with you in mind. We also have your marketing plan covered and your public relations plan covered. We also have some other helpful resources at the end. Now, this is just our idea to kind of get you started. We highly recommend that you also do some research and can kind of modify any of this information given here to suit your needs. But these are what we have used in the past and have seen it work for our authors several times over. And so why not give it a shot? All right, telling you all about it. You're welcome to go through each of these different pages at your leisure. These are just the different imprints that I own. An imprint is just a publishing company. What's the difference? The difference is their mission and what they're about. So for this particular one, Winn Rising is on a mission to provide readers another way to read, therefore electronically. And so for this particular imprint, I'm looking just for authors who are interested in publishing ebooks only. And so if you ever, after this time, say, hey, I just want to publish an ebook, we can absolutely make that happen. And here is just a little bit about one of the places that I do distribute your book to, and that's to my bookstore. It is an online bookstore for now. And so this is just a little bit of information on it, whether your book is sold as a ebook or in print or in hardcover or as an audiobook. We distribute your book here through WE Bookstore, and we also promote and market your book here as well. So what are our best practices? What do we hope to stick to? Since last year, Winn Publications has really been in some deep transformation. This video alone is part of that deep transformation. And so here are just some of our best practices. High editorial standards. We want to make sure that your book looks good and that it is well written, and that it would make an excellent read, and that we can 100% get behind that and work with you to meet your goals. We also want to make sure that your cover is designed professionally. Even if we're not the ones to design it, tap us on the shoulder, tag us in, and let us be a part of your design team so we can say, hey, it's unique, but we're not sure if that book can sell, or yes, that book can sell, because we have done our market research and we know for a fact that there's books out there like that, and we're on the same page. And then beyond industry standards, we do things so that way we are all successful. And so one way of being successful is just, going above and beyond. And that's what we believe makes a winner. So, what are our editorial in our industry standards? We follow Independent Book Publishers Association's criteria as far as what is a hybrid publisher, and that's what Winn Publications and all of our imprints are are small press hybrid publishing companies. And so this is just what their requirements are there, and we can say that those are also our standards. So, what are our goals for our authors? We hope that our authors would make money from publishing and selling their book. While that might not be your specific goal, that is definitely one of our main goals, is that you not only are able to publish a book, but that you're able to sell it, and sell it as a means of amplifying your message and creating a louder voice for yourself and for what it is that you have to say. And we believe that by selling books with the message that you carry in your book, that we can just make those things happen, that we can reach that goal. So our goal is to sell between 70 and 42 books every month for the next 2 years, or for the term of your contract. And this is another reason why I've created this training, is just so that we all can get on the same page and know what it is that we are working towards. All right, so let's get into marketing. Okay, so of course you know that marketing is a huge part of accomplishing the goal of spreading the message within your book. Again, it's also what's necessary to meet your sales goals. And while you may not be too worried about the money, it's a good goal to have, as it motivates you to put in effort. The more effort you put into your marketing, you can expect the results of your hard work to pay off. So your book and your brand, in order to fill in the templates that appear throughout this guide, you're going to need to have a good understanding of your book and of your brand. The next few pages provide you with information to help you. Discussing both brand identity and brand strategy will help you understand your target audience and what you need to do when it comes to marketing and public relations. Your target market. On the next few pages are a target market template that was compiled from the empathy map and standard information such as demographics that is needed to help you understand your reader. Understanding your reader makes it easier for you to reach strangers and turn them into loyal fans of you, your brand, and your books. So here it is. And it's a 2-page template. You are highly recommended to print this out, put it in a notebook, and answer each of these questions. And this is just getting to understand your target market that much better. I did not put this together for you because each author that we work with is different, and so your target market might be different even if the genre is the same. And so here goes the second page. Again, print this page out, get a lined piece of paper, and maybe answer the questions that are provided here to get to know your target audience. And this information will be important when it comes to marketing your book. If you know who you're selling your book to, then you are more likely to find them, and they're more likely to find you, because everything that you will be doing will be coming from this understanding of who your audience is. Again, it's actually a 3-page template. And so make sure you get all 3 pages. Answer the questions. It does take time, but in the end, it's going to be so worth it. Okay, so social media marketing for authors. I know I speak to so many authors day in and day out, and they're just like, I hate social media. We get it, but this is why you need it, right? So maintaining a presence on social media is a must for any writer these days. Okay, so social media, it provides the perfect opportunity to market your book, and here's how it helps. So it increases your brand awareness. You can humanize your brand through social media by sharing a little bit about yourself and your personality if you would like. We are very aware that some of our authors like to be private, so you get to share what the heck you want to share about yourself. Just make sure that you're sharing something, and especially if you are someone who believes in authenticity and being genuine, share a part of yourself that you don't mind sharing. Granted, you do not have to share everything. If you want to, then that's your prerogative. You can also use social media to manage your reputation. A lot of people will say, social media, it only highlights people's positive in their life. And it's good that people recognize that. And you can also use that to your advantage. This is the only thing that I want you to know on social media. And so this is the only thing that I'm going to post and the only thing that I'm going to highlight. And that's up to you as an author to decide if doing that is right or wrong in your heart. So we cannot say, but this is another way that social media can be used and, quite frankly, is used. Just a few more notes. While social media marketing is free, you can run ads on each platform to increase your awareness. And it's important that if you are going to run ads, that you know who your audience is. And so again, that's why it's important to fill out that target market template before moving forward. And then just here's some more information about running ads with the platform, as well as reaching out to influencers. And we have seen that working with influencers, it does work. And so again, if these different things did not work, we would not be sharing them with you. All right, so what am I going to put on my social media? Okay, well, here's some ideas. So I've created a content creation template, and use this template to create content for your social media accounts. Whether you take screenshots or you repost or you create the content for yourself on programs like Canva or Adobe Spark, it's important to the success of the sale of your book that you post quality content and content that is relevant to your book and your brand. I have to stress that, and I can't stress that enough. And your brand. Keep it all cohesive. Make it make sense. Remember that you are your brand. Just be yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being yourself strategically. And so just by following this template, it will keep you from overly selling something. Instead, you can sell softly. All right, so here is the content creation template. So content creation you could put your name of the book, and then these are just different things that you can do. So what we have noticed is when you upload either a video or a reel or IG story, those are more likely to get seen. If you're not on TikTok, that might work. YouTube, those different video platforms, people love videos. Again, if you're watching this on video, then you already know how much people love videos because you love videos yourself. And so it just is what it is. You want to make sure that you try and include videos in your content, and check out some of my things at Miss Winn _ on Instagram. Check out some of the things that I post on Winn Publications page. Look at some of those different imprints and platforms that belong to Winn Publications, and look at what we're doing and maybe do the same, but make it your own. Make it your own. You're your own unique person. Put your own twist and flair to it, but just make sure that you include some of these key pieces of content on your social media. So videos is one. Ads. And when I say ads, you don't have to promote it. This can just be some sort of advertisement where you're using your Instagram and your social media to, this is your opportunity to sell, in other words. So you can sell by creating a meme. You can sell your book by creating a video or just by doing an image, or you can create a thread. And what a thread is just those, you've seen those where people have like 6 or 7 pictures and they tell you to swipe, to see the next one. So that's a thread. And you can make a thread selling your book or presenting a message from your book or presenting a message from your brand. Any of these things are going to be helpful for bringing awareness to your brand and for getting people to know you. And we wholeheartedly believe in the saying that people buy from who they know. And so by using this content creation template and by posting different things that we're saying here, we know that we will be accomplishing that. We know that people will get to know you, and we know that once they know you, they will probably be more than likely willing to buy from you, buy your book. Also, you want to give people value. Help them in some sort of way, whether you post a graph or you make a list or you do arrows pointing from, to get from A to B kind of things. Whatever, you're sharing quotes or images or memes. Help somebody do something. What is a social issue that you're interested in right now? Talk about that. Help people connect with you on that level. And so that's going to be important. A lot of times big name people like Gary Vee or a Tony Robbins kind of a guy, they'll say, your content probably should be 70-30, 70% where you're helping and 30% where you're selling. And so we definitely agree with that. And then connect with your readers, engage with them, ask them a question, do a game of this or that, do a poll, a meme. Memes are always good. I've seen a lot of engagement on memes. People love them. People will comment, like them, all of those things. And those things are important to get more eyes on your work. It's not just about the superficial things like looking good and things like that, but it's about deeper things like getting your message out there. So here's just a little bit more on why posts like these are beneficial. Make sure you read through that. And so this next couple pages is going to be a marketing template. This is a 1-page marketing template. Again, something that you can print out and go through and answer in more detail. Okay, so this is the 1-page marketing plan. This was actually taken from a book titled The Same Thing, 1-Page Marketing Plan. Highly recommend that you read it as it will make more sense. However, if you do not, we have got you covered. This is it in a nutshell. So there are different stages to marketing. There's the before, the during, and then the after. And those different stages are based upon where you're at in the publishing process. So before, when a reader is just a prospect, you need to consider, again, your target market. Readers who are loyal to reading your genre. And then you need to consider your message to your target market. There are a few more messages to share other than buy my book, and there's other ways that you can say it. Again, having these things down will help you with creating content. If you have a great marketing plan, answer these questions, doing these things, coming up with content, and selling your book will just almost come second nature once you have an understanding of what it is that you're doing. So the media that you will use to reach your target market, media such as websites, Instagram, Facebook. You can also put on their podcasts, doing book fairs, being a book vendor, just different avenues that you will use to get to your target market, in other words. So then so these are the things that you're securing ahead of time, right? That was the before. So now that your book has been released, how are we going to capture your audience? And so people call that whole thing a lead. So how can you capture your lead? You can do that through a website. You can use direct messaging and get in people's inboxes. You can also do email, and you can also do snail mail. What's your lead nurturing system? Offer what each reader needs depending on what stage they are in. And we go over just the stages of readers more towards the end of this training. And then what's your sales conversion strategy? Everyone's sales conversion strategy is pretty much the same. It's creating awareness, and then evaluating how you are doing, and then converting. And since this has been put together, I do have more information on sales conversion strategies, and so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Check your email for an update on that section there. And then after they've purchased your book, how do you deliver a world-class experience? How is your branding different from your peers? Also, how do you retain readers? Do you have a monthly newsletter that you're sending emails to? Do you use direct mail? Are you updating your social media account regularly? How do you keep readers interested in you and what it is that you are doing? And then how you orchestrate reviews. We highly recommend printing a few of your books and getting advanced reviews, whether it be through Publisher Weekly, through Kirkus, however you get your reviews, wherever you read reviews, figure out how can you get a review on there as well, and how can you get it out there even before your book is published. And so these are things, and even when your book is published, how do you get reviews? That's going to be something important to think about. And because all these things work together to market your book. So this is just what Winn Publications and our imprints do to work beside you to bring the marketing plan to life. So we are absolutely partners in this. And we want you to think of Winn Publications as your professional best friend when it comes to publishing books. And so we're who you go to whenever you have questions and things like that when it comes to the book publishing world. And so we also want to make sure that we're transparent and we tell you, our author, how we plan to market your book. And so these are just some ways. Make sure that you take time to look through that, and stay tuned as well for more videos on just some of the ways that we're actually doing this for our authors. Here's a blank one that you can use to fill out, and you can definitely use the last two templates to help you and use those as an example. So what's next? Okay, so in the next couple of pages, you're going to learn about PR planning. So PR, if you're not familiar with that, is public relations. So the goal is, now that your book is published, the message that you've told in it is worth sharing and getting in front of as many people as possible. We measure this through book revenue and the number of events that the authors attend or creates. In order to get your book in front of as many people as possible, it's important that your social media content is quality. Listen, it's important that anything that you put out is quality, and quality as in not only does it look good, but it speaks to who it needs to speak to. So we've provided templates and tools throughout this guide to help take some of that load of marketing and public relations off of your shoulder. All you have to do is fill in the templates and apply the information. We know that you are capable because you came this far. If you're still listening to this video, give yourself a pat on the back. We know that you're going to be one of our star authors and that you are going to do well. And you know, we get it. We know that you have a life outside of being an author. But our thoughts are, if you aren't marketing, you are missing out on readers. You're missing out on getting your message out there. And so we hope that you would want to get your message out there, and that you would help yourself by marketing your book. Another goal after publishing a book is to have someone read it. So if you're not marketing your book, you're doing a disservice to a lot of readers who might want to read a story like yours. So we encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity, especially one like this. So here is a PR template plan that we have created. On your own time, go ahead and print out this page and this page and this page and this page and this page, to help you with your public relations strategy. And by answering those questions and going through those templates, you will have a solid plan together for getting your message out there to the public. All right, so as I promised, now let's talk about the different types of readers and the stages that you could possibly find them in. So this is the stranger. They just came across you somehow. They will probably look for reviews about you and your book. They will probably research you or find you via word of mouth. Their first impression is huge, so is consistency with them. It may take time to get them to make a purchase. List any other ideas that you may have about what makes someone a stranger. And then a reader who's interested, they're thinking about purchasing a book. They may have signed up to receive your newsletter. They may show up to your event, whether it's live or virtual. We know with COVID, some things have changed, so it might be a virtual event. They will look for reviews. They will look at your price and compare it to your professionalism. So if you're charging way too much for a book that looks very much unprofessional and not like the books that are offered in that genre or category, the person who is interested might not be interested anymore. This person needs a lot of encouraging to purchase, and they may be waiting for discounts or giveaways to try out the product before actually investing in the product. What's a warm lead? So it's someone who's thinking about purchasing a book. They probably have also signed up for a newsletter. They probably have also came to events, whether they be live or virtual. They will also look for reviews. They will compare your price and professionalism, but they won't need as much encouraging to purchase. They might need just a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then paying customer. This is someone who has probably gone from being a stranger to a lead, to a very warm lead, and now they've bought the book. Maybe they leave a review, maybe they don't. But this is someone who probably cannot wait for your next book. And this is someone who interacts with you in some way, whether it be through purchasing your book or through reaching out to you after they've purchased your book. This is a paying customer. How else would you define a paying customer? Make sure that you also can take some notes and come up with some ideas yourself. So a super fan is someone who's purchased a book, has probably left a review about your book. They rave about you on social media, as in they share your stuff. They can't wait to purchase more books from you. They definitely show up to your events. They message you about your book or your brand or whatever it is that you got going on. And this is where you would like to get all of your customers. You want to move them up through that stream from a stranger to a super fan. And we know that we can do that by marketing, by nailing it with PR, and by publishing a good looking book. All right, so here's our sales conversion strategy. I'm just going to go over it briefly. Make sure that you take the time to actually go through this and read some of these things, as I did not get a chance to cover everything here in the video, just as it's getting long. So here it is. So here's your sales conversion strategy. So you want to attract the community, engage the crowd, educate the committed, convert the customers, and remember the core. All of these different things is important when it comes to taking those readers who are strangers and making them super fans. You want to attract the community that is unfamiliar with your brand, engage those who know you exist, educate those committed to making a purchase, convert customers who are ready to buy, and then re-engage your core fans who have already made a purchase. These are the 5 areas, especially that you're going to want to focus on when it comes to creating your content. So remember when we were talking about creating content, we were talking about how what you're putting out there should help 70% should be helping, and then 30% should be what? Selling? Yes. So a part of that 70% are these things: attracting the community that is unfamiliar with your brand, engaging those who know you exist, educate those who are committed to making purchase. What does your reader need to know about your book? They might need to know how many pages it is. They might want to see the cover. They might want to know who published it. They definitely want to know about you, who wrote the book. So educate them. Who are you? Where are you from? What are some things that you are interested in that you don't mind sharing about consistently? And educate them on those things. Recycle that content. Continue to educate, because what happens is sometimes you'll say it once and then you won't say it again. But as your community of readers grows and you get new readers, they will want to know some of those same things that you have already put out there. So you're going to want to stay in that mind frame that you're going to consistently educate them, not only about you, but about your book, about your brand, and about the different things that you believe in. Because chances are there are people out there that believe in the same thing as you. So it's just finding the tribe, finding your readers, and connecting with them. And doing so will help you sell your book. And so here are just some other ways to increase awareness, increase conversions in the awareness stage. Your goal is to keep them coming back. Blogs, blogs may or may not be a thing. This is not something that I would put a whole lot of time into, is finding blogs, just because sometimes readers are not reading blogs as much. A lot of people will just get on social media, which is number 2, to find their news and advice and referrals and reviews. And so if you're going to focus strongly on just a few things, I highly recommend getting active on social media, like right now. And then here's just some information on pay-per-click campaigns, traditional public relations, and then these different things. As you can see, we are also going through telling you how we worked together with you on this. And so make sure that you go through and that you read these different things. I'm not going to go over them one by one. And read it. Definitely, if you have any questions, send an email to winnpublications@gmail.com. It wouldn't hurt to print this out, go through it, highlight it, make your notes on it. Matter of fact, if you want to pause this video, do that now and come back and watch it again and take your notes this time, and then put those things that you've put in your notes into action. So that's the real goal here, is to train you so that way you can know what it is that you have to do, or that you should be doing, or that you can do. And so these are just a few resources. This is the association that Winn Publications is a part of, and the standards for a professionally published book that we follow. And so that's there and made available for you.